Hello everybody, this is Starman and welcome back to Let's Play Fallout New Vegas. I am the Doctor. Been a while, hadn't it? In fact, it's been long enough I decided to turn this into a second playlist, even though this is a continuation of my first I Am the Doctor playthrough, which ran for 50 episodes and an introduction. And if you haven't checked that one out, you might want to see that one first, because this is a continuation of that story, even though I did come to a natural break for episode 50.
Will serve as example. We'll bleed the ground red with anyone who opposes our peace efforts.
Yeah, the typical NCR motto there, in case you forgot, the "You will live peacefully or we will kill you." Anyway, quick recap of where we were when we last left off. We're currently traveling with Willow, who is one of the only mods I've installed on this playthrough, apart from the one that makes me resemble the Jon Pertwee Doctor, and the one that makes Veronica here look like Felicia Day. And what we did in the last chapter, after fulfilling Boone, the former NCR sniper's friendship quest, was trying to figure out why it did not seem to be letting me do the same for Veronica. And it turns out there's a glitch, which is fixed by me sitting down, and then it winds up triggering her. Not in the way you normally trigger somebody. So anyway, what we are going to do, starting off in this playthrough, is try and get through Veronica's friendship quest, which we do have to get a few things done before she'll confide in us. Unfortunately, I've already walked past most of the places where she decides to open up, but thankfully there's a few more that should work now that I have cleared the air. And one of them is, oddly enough, the Legion camp. And I tested this before I started recording. So now that we're here...
Ordinary guys with knives and bullets, and they're taking over Nevada.
Yep, just coming here is enough to trigger Veronica's conversation option.
You know, I've been thinking. The real problem with the Brotherhood is that we isolate ourselves. Our training is top-notch, our technology gives us an advantage, but when it all comes down to it, we're losing because we shun the outside world. We always make enemies, never allies. We refuse to recruit outsiders, or see the value in their simpler technologies.
None of that's going to change. Brotherhood has a dignity. Why don't you do something about it? Brotherhood has to isolate itself as knowledge is dangerous. Being the Doctor, of course, I'm going to encourage him to be proactive, so...
I don't know. I'm still thinking about what kind of role we could take on that would give us the best chance of survival. But I think things are starting to come together. I know the odds aren't good, but I gotta try. I can't lose them. See you around.
Okay, and the final place where we can definitely probably trigger something that we have not messed with already. And yeah, weirdly enough, we have not gotten to West Side, which is one of the... it's basically a hippie commune of sorts. But we can get there easily enough from Camp McCarn. And there are a few places in Camp McCarn which are supposed to trigger Veronica wanting to talk, but... getting them to trigger if the glitch happens is tricky. So we're going to go to West Side instead, because I know this one will work. And we might get to beat up some fiends on the way there. Yeah, halfway there already. And for those who care, here's my stats for the Doctor at the moment. Strength, Perception, Endurance, all respectable. Intelligence and Charisma naturally are maxed out because he is a charming chap. Luck is minimized because, well, But I currently have energy weapons, science, speech, and unarmed maxed out. And it looks like we're pretty close to hitting level 24. I have to wonder if that's just JT barking to bark or if there is something close, but oddly enough, nothing seems to be attacking us just yet. Wonders never cease. Yeah, well, there is something hostile there. I think every place we're trying to get to is north. And north by northeast. And there appears to be a sign of some sort, kind of glitching there. And this is actually much further than I was heading, but I thought, we're here, we might as well get the exploration bonus. Because I think we are going to need to come back here later for a Willow quest, so we might as well. And hey, somebody here is getting electrical power. And yeah, there's a couple of homesteads out here. But that is not what we're here for. And we cannot access that manhole, strangely enough. Riveting, isn't it? And I got this from my canteen just to try and give us some action. But you'll see we've got some walls around here. This is protecting the space we're trying to get to. There is, however, not an entrance there, and a rather sizable gap there. Shameful defense, really. And we're taking the long way around, but you can see some friendlies and an entrance here.
That sweetie sure is something.
What's that?
The NCR took back Nelson. Maybe they can win this war after all. I kinda like being a farmer.
Okay, yeah, there's some cloning going on here. Here we go. Here's the junk entrance. Anyway, there is another Willow quest that we can do here in Westside, which is, well, as I said, it's kind of a commune, albeit a very heavily armed one. But
That sweetie sure is something.
yeah, someone keeps mentioning the sweetie. Yep, there's a pawn shop. And bingo. Here's one of the farms. Yeah, not the most friendly neighborhood, but it is well protected. I mean, clearly people can sleep on the street.
That Sweetie sure is something.
Everybody seems to think highly of Sweetie. And who is Sweetie, you ask? Well, we'll get to that. Yeah, naturally there's a liquor store. And here's the southern exit, which we'll take to leave.
Watch out for fiends.
Watch out for fiends.
And watch out for snakes.
Oh, hello. I deliver things and stuff for the people here. They give me caps to do it. Bye.
And yes, drugs. Well, in fact, this is the co-op.
I got nothing you need. If it's ass you're looking for, talk to Pretty Sarah. Me and my partner St. James work salvage around West Side, that's all.
Why is your partner called St. James?
Because it's his name. He may be high-strung, but he's all right. Hauls his half a scrap, which is all I need. Yeah, beat it.
Fair enough. And this fellow with the rather nice-looking power glove.
Why are you talking to me, man? I'm trying to relax here. Got it? What do you even mean? He's Dermot. Dermot knows how to work salvage better than any man I ever met. Doesn't go asking questions all day, neither.
Okay.
Me and Dermot were...
Yeah. Safe neighborhood, but not exactly friendly. Oh, thank goodness. I thought that was going to be Sweetie for a moment.
Hi. Myself, Abish.
Mr. Sedatbitch, how very nice to meet you. Yeah. Little joke there for the Lucifer fans.
I have a...
Yeah, but actually, this is the place that we need to come to trigger Veronica's quest, and here's Pretty Sarah, which I guess by the standards of post-apocalyptia, she kind of is.
Welcome to the Casa Madrid. If you got an itch needs scratching, you came to the right place. Just watch how you treat the merchandise.
If you don't have an itch to scratch, you will by the time you leave.
3 flavors to choose from: Sweetie, Maud, and Jimmy. Sweetie's a house favorite, for reasons that should be obvious. Maud is what you might call the discount rack. She's what a customer wears if he doesn't have the caps to afford Sweetie, or just likes them old. Jimmy's more of a specialist. I only hear good things.
You bastards, you're whoring out B. Arthur! Okay, it's
I look after the
probably
only
not that
reasons anyone
mod.
would want to spend any time here. I'm a pimp. All Marco does is collect rent and take a small cut of my action. He sure as hell doesn't clean the rooms.
You're not one of the merchandise?
Most of my body is scarred all over, like a ghoul. Nobody around who'd want to screw that. No, I just run things.
You'd be amazed. So, how do you get so burned?
We don't talk about that. Next topic. You know where to find me.
And yes, you can hire the Ladies of Negotiable Affection. I'm not going to do that,
I've
of
got
course.
nothing against the girls.
But I think if someone has a girl of their own, they don't belong with a prostitute.
Was not expecting that comment from Willow, but I don't think that's going to be an issue because I am not dating Willow. She is strictly my companion, and I totally mean that in the Doctor sense, not the Firefly sense. Here he is. Anderson, that's me!
Tom Anderson. Can I help you?
What do you do here?
I'm with the followers of the Apocalypse, and I help the locals in Westside grow crops. Unlike the NCR, the followers don't expect anything back. The soil and the hot, dry environment don't make it easy, but we get by all right. We've even got our own food store, the Westside Co-op, complete with basic refrigeration.
Got a problem with the NCR?
I don't go looking for fights with them, but they don't have the best interests of people in mind. Certainly not locals. The bottom line for NCR is productivity and growth. Politicians back in Shady Sands are completely detached from the people actually living here.
Oh man, we're in the apocalypse and politicians are still screwing stuff up.
The co-op is comprised of Westside locals and led by Clayton Antonine. They produce all of their own food and share the profits of the co-op.
So, like I said, bunch of hippies.
Take care.
He's got no resources but a decent cause. We've got plenty of resources and a totally lost cause. Hey, you got a second?
And boom, here we go. What is it?
The Brotherhood is failing. I've always known that. If we don't change course, we're going to fall apart or fade away. But until recently, I haven't understood where we went wrong or how to fix it. I think I need to go home.
I'll take you back there first chance I get.
Great, thanks, thank you. I'll encourage people to name their non-ugly children after me. Seriously.
Okay, but before we do that, might as well check out the rest of the place.
Hey, baby, what say you and me get acquainted?
You work for Pretty Sarah?
I bring in the customers, and she makes sure no one gets rough. Sarah's good people. Good enough, anyway.
Tell me about yourself.
I'm called Sweetie because I'm the sweetest piece you'll ever find anywhere outside of the Strip.
Does St. James make you pay for anything unusual? I'm not sure I want to hear about that. Wouldn't you make more money working on the Strip?
I got my start at the Gomorrah. Good money, but I saw how those Omertas hook girls on free jet or MedX, then start charging. Slavery through a needle is what that is. I earn less out here, but I keep more.
Yeah, what the heck? Do you know St. James?
Sure do. St. James is my #1 customer. He's a prospector who pays Marco to stay here at the Casa week to week. I don't know why his friend Dermot chose to stay here. He's never been with me or nobody else. But St. James likes having me close at hand.
Does he pay you? Okay, fine.
A client's got a right to private. Fine by me. You the...
Yeah, I really do not care to know the salacious details or whatever subquest gets triggered by me finding this out. So let us leave this den of iniquity and check out the co-op, because there is, as I said, another reason to come by here, and that is the co-op is on Willow's list of places she wants to shop.
We don't need... Hi there. Welcome to the Westside Co-op. I'm Clay. It might not look like much, but it's what keeps us Westside locals independent. We started it a few years ago. I admit we had a lot of trouble at first, but eventually we got some help from Tom Anderson with the followers. We're finally to the point where the co-op members can start making money from sales instead of just breaking even.
What's your story?
Well, I've lived in Nevada all my life. Started out in New Reno, but headed down here as soon as I got the chance. If you can believe it, things are even worse back home. The whole city's still run by crime families. It used to be the Mordinos and Wrights. Now it's the Wrights and Van Graffs. Seems like things never got better. Anyway, that's all behind me now.
Yeah, if you remember Fallout 2, we're somewhat responsible for that. Apparently, in the canon ending, the Wrights did wind up winning that gang war, the way we did it.
Alright.
And a whole bunch of food and found food. And I'll go ahead and take the Nuka-Cola, because that's free money right there. I don't think there's anything on here except for maybe the Fancy Lad snack cakes that can be used as a gift for Willow.
Pleasure doing business with you.
Hey there. Sure. You do?
And here we go, Fancy Lad snack cakes.
Thank you. Sure. Take a look.
And it will not let me take the dynamite from her.
Sure. No.
Okay, actually it just occurred to me. Yeah, I may not have actually unlocked that Willow quest, but there is one where she will eventually ask you about trying to shop around so she can cook. And one of the places that she wants to come is the West Side Co-op. Although I think maybe I haven't gotten that option from her.
Hey there. Oh. Let's do it. Yeah.
Oh, let's do Homebrewed Sunset Sarsaparilla. Why not? Alright, well, we can get that quest, but let's go ahead and do what we meant to be doing. It looks like the scorpions are regenerated. I'm going to switch to my gauntlet to pick them out, because I'm not going to waste good power ammo on them. Actually, we'll go ahead and go into the bunker first. Scorpion hunting in this weather, not the best idea. one of the problems with a larger party trying
People
to...
think the NCR is difficult.
The bunker takes a little getting used to, doesn't it?
Hello, Veronica. How goes your mission?
We'll know in a second. I wanted to talk to you.
Veronica, tell me this isn't about...
Yes, goddammit, it is. But you're gonna hear me out this time.
We've been through this.
The things I've seen now, other groups succeeding where we fail, it's not too late for us.
We've outlasted the end of the world. We'll outlast these upstarts.
Waiting in a hole for everyone else to die.
If we must.
This is a dead end for us.
I see no evidence of that. Nor do I see anyone out there with a solution to our problems.
How could you? You're too scared to look. Let's go. We're wasting our time.
Alright, well. That was short. Sweet to the point.
I'd slap him around, but he stood at my parents' wedding. Plus, he used to make excuses to get me out of my punishment when I'd slept through Head Scribe Taggart's lectures. Figure I owe him for that. He means well.
What now?
I'm not giving up. He wants evidence, but he'll never go looking for it. He's scared I'm right. He'll never listen unless I hold the proof right in front of his face.
What can we bring that would change his mind?
I don't know. We need something that shows the Brotherhood will fail, or that it can do better a different way. The only thing that get his attention is technology. Maybe Father Elijah had the right idea.
Father Elijah?
Our elder before McNamara. He had a nose for recovering lost technology. He'd send scribes out into the desert chasing whatever leads he found. There were a few he only trusted me with. I can think of at least one that'd prove my point, if it still exists. There's a comm terminal not too far from here I'd use to access messages from him. If we go there, I can pull up his research on it. I'm with you. Being around here isn't the same anymore.
What is this? Veronica brings an outsider into our home, then has a private audience with the Elder?
That was sudden.
The two of you may have the Elder fooled, but we know better. Veronica has always twisted the Founder's principles to her own ends. We will not stand idly by and allow her to corrupt our Elder's thinking.
Sorry about that. Just because I love them doesn't mean some of them aren't assholes. What's up?
Yeah, we do not get to ask who those guys were, unfortunately.
What do you want to...
Why is Brotherhood interested in Nevada?
It was a dam, really. We'd heard rumors it was working. Figured we could claim it, put it to use. And it may also have been partly that our elder at the time had worn out his welcome. Didn't end up mattering. We got sidetracked at Helios 1, and the NCR took the dam in the meantime. We're still after it, though. In theory.
Okay, so with that done... Unfortunately, we have to go back to the surface before I can move on to the next bit. Thankfully, it's a quick trip. But I see we're coming up on the half-hour mark, so I'm going to go ahead and stop this chapter here. And next time, we will go look at Father Elijah's notes and figure out what we're going to do to try and change the direction of the Brotherhood. We'll see you then.